They laughed at your dreams. Now it's time to prove them wrong. Most people spend their entire lives waiting for permission to become who they were born to be, and that is exactly why they die with dreams still trapped inside them. They wait for the perfect opportunity, the perfect moment, the perfect support. But success has never belonged to people who waited. It has always belonged to people who moved while they were afraid. Right now, somewhere in America, somebody with less talent than you is winning simply because they refuse to quit. Somebody with fewer resources is building the future you keep talking about because they stopped making excuses and started making decisions. And the truth is painful, but it is necessary. Because your life changes the moment you stop blaming the world and start leading yourself. You cannot control the economy, the critics, the setbacks, or the people who walked away from you, but you can control your mindset, your discipline, and your response to adversity. That is where power lives. America was built by people who refused to surrender. People crossed oceans with nothing but faith. People survived failures, rejection, bankruptcy, heartbreak, and humiliation, and still stood back up. Because deep inside them was a fire stronger than their circumstances. That same fire exists inside you right now. But fire means nothing. If you refuse to use it, you cannot keep waking up with dreams bigger than your habits. You cannot keep praying for a different life while repeating the same excuses every single day. Transformation requires responsibility. The hardest truth you will ever hear is that nobody is coming to save you. Not your boss, not your family, not the government, not luck. Your future depends on the choices you make when nobody is watching. The private battles determine the public victories. The lonely mornings matter. The exhausting nights matter. The discipline matters, because success is not built in comfort. Greatness is built in struggle. Diamonds are created under pressure. And maybe the pressure you are feeling right now is not punishment. Maybe it is preparation. Maybe every setback in your life was training you to become stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable than you ever imagined. Because every champion you admire once doubted themselves. Every successful entrepreneur once failed. Every powerful leader once felt fear. The difference is they kept moving. Anyway, fear is not your enemy. Fear is proof that you are standing at the edge of growth, and the people who change their lives are not fearless people. They are people who act despite fear. You must stop negotiating with weakness. Every time you tell yourself tomorrow, you are teaching your mind that your goals are optional. Every time you quit early, you are building a habit of surrender. But every time you push through pain, every time you stay focused when life gets hard, every time you choose discipline over comfort, you are becoming dangerous in the best possible way. The world respects people who refuse to break. And let me tell you something powerful. Your story is not over. Your current situation is not your final destination. You may feel behind in life. You may feel exhausted. You may feel invisible. But your breakthrough can happen in 1 year, 1 month, 1 decision, or even 1 moment of courage. History changes when ordinary people decide they are no longer willing to live ordinary lives. And tonight, that person must be you, because deep down, you already know you were made for more. You were not born to spend your life trapped in fear, addiction, excuses, mediocrity, or self-doubt. You were born with purpose. You were born with potential. You were born with greatness inside you. And in the next part of this message, we are going to unlock the mindset that separates winners from everyone else. The moment you realize that your mind is either your greatest weapon or your greatest prison, everything begins to change, because the battle for your future is not happening in the outside world first. It is happening inside your head every single day. Most people lose long before life defeats them because they convince themselves they are weak, unlucky, unworthy, or too late. And once the mind surrenders, the body follows. That is why protecting your mindset is one of the most important responsibilities you will ever have. You cannot feed your mind negativity every day and expect to build a positive life. You cannot surround Yourself with people who complain constantly and expect to become exceptional. Energy matters. Focus matters. The voices you listen to matter. If you want a different future, you must become intentional about what you allow into your mind. Winners think differently. They understand that pain is temporary, but regret lasts forever. They know motivation comes and goes, but discipline creates freedom. And while everybody else is distracted, entertained, and addicted to comfort, winners are building. They are learning. They are sacrificing. They are staying committed even when nobody applauds them. That is why success looks magical to average people. They only see the victory, but they never see the years of sacrifice behind it. They never see the lonely nights, the rejection, the self-doubt, the failures, and the moments when quitting felt easier than continuing. But greatness always demands a price. The question is whether you are willing to pay it. Because the life you dream about will cost you comfort. It will cost you distractions. It will cost you excuses. And sometimes it will cost relationships that no longer align with your future. Growth requires separation. You cannot stay loyal to old habits and expect a new life. You must become obsessed with your vision, obsessed with growth, obsessed with becoming stronger mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Every morning you wake up, you have two choices: remain the same or evolve. And every single day you delay your growth. Somebody else is taking the opportunities that could have belonged to you. Time does not wait. Life does not pause. And one day, all of us will face the painful question: did we truly live, or did we simply exist? That question should shake your soul. Because too many people spend decades surviving but never truly living. They silence their dreams to fit into the expectations of others. They trade purpose for comfort. They settle, and settling is one of the most dangerous things a human being can do. Never settle for less than the life you know you are capable of creating. Never let failure convince you that your dream is impossible. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. Every setback contains a lesson. Every struggle contains growth. Every difficult season is building a stronger version of you. One day, the pain you survived will become the power that inspires others. One day, your comeback will speak louder than every doubt that tried to destroy you. But first, you must decide. Decide that your past will not define you. Decide that your fear will not control you. Decide that you are done living below your potential, because the moment a human being fully commits to their purpose, something extraordinary happens. Limits begin to break, confidence begins to rise, momentum begins to grow, and suddenly the person who once felt powerless becomes unstoppable. That is your future if you refuse to quit. So stand up mentally, stand up emotionally, stand up spiritually, and promise yourself that no matter how difficult life becomes, you will keep fighting for your dreams. Because your family needs your greatness, your future needs your courage, and the world desperately needs people who refuse to give up. This is your time. This is your moment, and your new life begins the second you decide that average is no longer acceptable.